Entertainment. Ruslan.
I see there's this pressure on people to assimilate culturally to Western Christian culture, right? And it's instead of saying, hey, let's accommodate and build new culture where everyone is infused in, we instead assimilate. You have to like our style of music and now like our style of dress and now like our thing. Yeah. And I think that could get very problematic. So I'll give you like a very basic example. We like when I came to faith, it was all like Hillsong, not Hillsong Young and Free. It was Hillsong, acoustic guitar, the same 3 chords, and that was the only way we worshiped in church. And it was like, yo, this like I don't like that. Like we can't do any Fred songs. We can't do any Kirks. You can't find us. You mean to tell me you know how to play guitar, but you can't find one Fred song or something with some groove in it, right? And so it was like people had to assimilate not to just the faith. We have to now assimilate to a culture that is this own segregated culture with its own style of music and its own style of dress. And the issue with that is, someone could always one-up you. Someone could always say, oh yeah, well you wear pants. Well, I don't think women should wear pants at all, right? And it's like there's always another level. Or you play Chris Tomlin songs. Well, I don't think there should be instruments, right? Like it's like always a one-up. I'm like, fam. But what you're saying is, Portia, what you're hinting at is that we should take our culture. You guys are coming from Portia, you're from Detroit, correct? Michigan?
Yes.
Yeah, and Wande, you're from all over. I feel like Texas. Now you're in Atlanta.
Yeah, Austin, Texas. I'm Nigerian, so
Nigeria. So we should be able to take people's individual culture, where they come from, and it accommodates with other things, and then we build new culture. And I think the greatest example of that, I think what you guys are doing here, content, but the aesthetic of being a Black woman, going to the beauty supply store. I think in another example of that, I think kind of like what Maverick City is doing, where a lot of those guys wrote for Bethel, which is the same style of like really, in my opinion, vanilla generic worship music, but they're infusing it with soul and gospel, and they've built a new culture of worship. And I think that's why it's so successful. And sometimes Christians just want to, no, this is the way it's always done. You got to do it this way. And if it looks different, well, then it must be worldly. And it's very frustrating. With that, do you guys think that there's an added weight being Black women in Christian culture, and that you guys now got to navigate this like Pastor Dr. Eric Mason calls it 3-way apologetics? Do you guys think that there's kind of a similar burden on you guys?
Yeah, definitely. I would say so, just because one, with the tire, right? Like showing up to a show, I have to think of how am I going to do my hair? How am I going to do my makeup? How am I going to do my outfit? Is the outfit too tight or is it fine? Just like all these different things. Like whenever I speak, there's some people who think women should not speak at all at church. And then there's other people who are like, oh, you're supposed to, and they use actually Bible verses to back it up too. It's crazy. And then there's
Hold on. We got to stop. There are people who book you for a show and don't think you're allowed to speak?
Luckily, my bookings are people.
Okay.
But I know like one time in college, right? We had a summer camp and there was a man who was preaching. It was fire. Then at the end, it gets really awkward. He goes, oh yeah, I don't believe women should hold any type of leadership positions or ever speak in church. And then it got awkward. And so I think I get the standpoint of like the highest authority, maybe like in terms of like even like marriage, like a man with a woman, like he should like lead his woman. But in terms of never speaking ever, like if the Lord gives me a message, and like even on YouTube, I could be a YouTuber and share the Lord, and like so never speak ever. I'm like, I don't know about that. And so yeah, it's just like it's definitely like a lot of nuances and different things you have to navigate, even just like as a woman with my label and stuff like that. Because of course, there's always going to be like boys clubs and like, oh, I'm just bringing my bros here, and then it's just weird situations. Or my traveling, right? Like I could save so much money if I could just travel with me and my DJ. My DJ's a man, so I can't just travel with him alone in like hotels, and like we can't share the same room.
We can't share a room. Yep.
Yeah, so I always have to now have another woman. So then that's 2 plane tickets, or 2 additional plane tickets, and then we have to have separate rooms. So that's separate rooms. So like my expenses are always double what other guys may be too. So like there's so many like nuances that like come with womanhood and practicing this thing and making sure I stay holy out here and everything. So it's a lot.
Portia, what do you think?
Yes. It's a lot. I feel like women in, you know, even being a Black woman in Christian culture, it's like, you know, as far as Christian rep, you have to work twice as hard to be considered an equal, and
Wow.
that's facts. Like, you have to prove yourself. Versus with men, you know, if you got the cadence, you don't even gotta have a look. If you almost got the look, you got the cadence, almost got the look, and you got a cosign. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got a homie. Like, they just throw you on the track. Everybody gonna be on you. Oh, did you hear such and such? Oh, he cold. You know, and then you hear the track and he like doop doop doop. You know, he's like, what is this? But you have a girl on the track. You know, she's being fired. They're like, oh yeah, you know, that's cute. Let's see if she can do it again. Let's see if she can do it again. Let's see if she can do it again. You know, so it's like we constantly have to prove ourselves. And even with the whole, you know, just attire and, you know, just making sure, but that's being a woman of God in general. You have to make sure that you're intentional with your intentions. So I have to make sure that they know, like, I'm not on that. Like, praise the Lord, bye. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not on that. Like, this, not that. Like, this is strictly business, whatever. It's crazy. It's people assume certain things. You know, they say, oh, women can't go on tour with us, or women, da da da, you know, whatever. It always falls back on the woman. And it's like, why would you think that I want you? Like, why would you think that? I mean, it's like, why do they think that? Women, you know, they, you know, lustful, and they, you know, you can't go on tour with us. Sir, you're not my type. You don't have to worry about that. I promise you. Like, we're gonna be separate. You don't have nothing to worry about. I don't know why people just, you know, I don't know. It's frustrating. Or
Kingstream Entertainment. Ruslan.
Hey, thank you so much for making it till the end of this video. Remember to hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed. I wanted to tell you about a free upcoming course I am putting together at mastermyhabits.com. When you sign up right now, you'll be the first to be notified about the course. And in the meantime, you'll immediately get access to a playlist going over my journey on how I went from addiction to freedom forming habits. So make sure to hit that link in the description. I'll see you on the next video.